Thank you for joining this Zoom call. This is an introduction to the UmojaHack Ghana competition that is taking place at 9 a.m. GMT. Before it officially starts, we are going to take some welcome messages from Paul and then Abdullahi from Google AI Ghana. Without wasting my time, I would give Paul the go-ahead to kindly introduce Abdullahi. And then he would also use that opportunity to talk about Zindi and how to join the competition. Paul, if you can hear me, kindly go ahead.
Hi, John. Thank you very much. And thank you for the opportunity. Right, so welcome everybody. My name is Paul Kennedy. I'm Zindi's community coordinator. That makes me responsible for people like you all over Africa who are interested in machine learning and data science and would like to learn more, and people who use Zindi in general to learn and to grow and to compete and win prizes. So firstly, I'd like to say a very warm welcome to all of you, and thank you very much for joining and for being a part of this really exciting event. We've got, I think, 11 Ghanaian universities, which is a really exciting turnout, and I think the competition will be great. And even if you don't win, I'm sure that you will learn a lot. So a little bit about Zindi. I hope some of you know Zindi already, but by way of introduction, Zindi is a data science competition platform for Africa. We have more than 15,000 users now on the platform, and more than 80% of those are in Africa. So that's a huge proportion of African data scientists. And at Zindi, excuse me, at Zindi, we're all about solving African problems, so and real African problems. So generally, if there's a data set on Zindi or there's a competition on Zindi, that's not something made up or some data that's just been put together for the sake of having a competition. That's data that comes from a real problem that an organization in Africa is facing. So what that means is that when you compete on Zindi, you are contributing to real problems and to solutions to real problems using your skills and your passion. So yeah, I don't want to speak for too long. I think if you are now new to Zindi, I hope that you can, after this competition, you can also have a look around the platform and see different ways you can learn. We've got a fantastic discussion forum where people are very happy to help out and answer your questions. We've got an excellent community of senior data scientists that are very willing to share their time and energy. We're also launching a mentorship program, so keep an eye out for future rounds of that, where you could possibly get mentored by a senior data scientist and learn how to make data science a career. Yeah, so I won't talk too much about the competition itself. I'll leave that up to John. But what I would like to do now is firstly say a very big thank you to Google for sponsoring this competition, to GIZ, which is a German funding organization, for sponsoring this competition, and also to Expresso Senegal, or Expresso Telecom, which is a Senegalese telecommunications company, who's provided the data for this competition. And just to underline my point that this is real world data. This is real data that's come from a telecoms company, and the solutions that come out of this hackathon will be put into practice at Expresso. So I think that's really exciting, and it lends a bit of authenticity to the program. Sorry, this is my cat. Yeah, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Abdullahi Diak from Google Research in Ghana, and I hope that Abdullahi will be able to tell you a bit more about what Google Research is doing and why they're sponsoring this competition. Abdullahi, thank you so much, and over to you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's very clear.
That's very clear. Okay, great. So welcome everyone. So my name is Abdullahi. I'm a program manager with Google AI in Accra. I've been around for a year or so, but the office has been here for almost 2 years now. We are very excited to be in Accra. Most of the team is around. I mean, with the whole COVID situation, a lot of people have traveled as well. But it's been great so far, and very excited about this competition and to be also sponsoring this event with Zindi, which is a great platform. We are very much in line with their objective of tackling issues in Africa. I think all the researchers in the Accra office also have that objective, and some of the research is actually directly trying to tackle some of the issues. Hello? We are facing. So yeah, since you are all in Ghana, I'm taking a little bit more time just to say that the team is basically a team of, I would say, almost 20 researchers, and they have various interests. Some of them work on fundamental machine learning research, and then some work on applied projects as well. So looking at crops, looking at satellite imagery, so a lot of computer vision. There's also some NLP interest, obviously, but a lot of the work is on the theory side of things and on publishing research papers. So I'll leave my contacts in case you want to follow up. Right now, obviously, everything in for office is closed in Ghana, but happy to welcome you all at some point when things are a bit better. So thank you again, and good luck. I have to say that in this competition, I have a bit of bias. I was thinking, even in the team, we're thinking which country will actually do well, but it's great to see participation everywhere. So thank you again.
Thank you very much, Abdullahi and Paul, for the introductions. So at this point, probably let me introduce myself properly, and then the community that is also in collaboration to making this event happening in Ghana. So basically, I am John Bagiliko, the Zindi ambassador for Ghana, and I'm also the co-founder and team lead for AI Ghana. AI Ghana is a community of AI enthusiasts promoting the use of artificial intelligence in solving real problems in Ghana. So I would go straight now to the actual competition that we would be having today. I have here with me Deborah Atta from University of Cape Coast. She is also the student ambassador for Zindi in her university. So I'll give her the opportunity to mention the timelines for this competition, and then we'll move on to the next item. So Deborah, if you can hear me, kindly present
Hi,
the time.
everyone. Okay, thanks for the opportunity, John. Okay, so without wasting much time, I would like to give the timelines to the competition. So from 8:30 to 9 o'clock GMT, they're going to have a technical orientation to the platform and the challenges you're going to face. So the sign in and stuff like that. We are going to start from 8:30. That is going to be between 8:30 to 9:30, 9 p.m. Sorry, and at 9 the competition opens. That is when you're going to have the competition. So we ensure that all the users can sign up for the competition and also join things before the time is up. Okay, so from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, that is when the various teams work on their challenges. And if they have any questions, question and answer issues for that particular competition would be addressed to their local reps, their local Zindi reps. Sorry. So at 6 p.m., that is when the competition ends. So at 6 p.m., the competition closes at that time. Yeah. So at 6:15, we are going to have an announcement of the local winners and prizes on Zoom. So the announcement will be made here on Zoom. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Deborah, for mentioning the timelines. So quickly, I would just like to show how participants could quickly sign up and indicate their universities on their profile, because this is very important when the competition is closing. To win, one of the conditions is that you should have your university showing on your profile, so we know where you are competing from. So let's suppose that you come to the platform Zindi.Africa, okay, without this. So I'm going to share my screen probably. Okay. Deborah, let me know if you can see my screen, then I would know that at least. So suppose you join the Zindi platform. Deborah, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Now, whenever you sign up and sign in, you'd have this your icon here. So you can go to edit profile and scroll down to the universities section and click on add. Okay, and then it is here you enter your university name, then the year from, so the date, start and end. Okay, and that should work fine, and then you save it. So this is very much needed. Okay, I would then now mention, go on to the competition and talk about the rules. Already you may be aware, but just to be sure that we are all on one page. Okay, so you may participate in this competition as an individual or in a team, okay, up to 4 people. So either one student can join and compete, or they can form a team of up to 4 people. Okay, that's it there. The data sets, I will talk about that soon. Submissions, you may make a maximum of 100 submissions per day. Okay, this is, I think this should be enough for you to come up with a winning solution. You can as well go to the platform and read the details, but just to itemize some of the things. So to be qualified to compete, participants may compete individually or in teams of up to 4 people. The teams will be judged based on their ranking on the dedicated Zindi leaderboard at the time of competition, at the close of the competition. All participants in the hackathon must be registered students, undergraduate or graduate. This part is very important. So to compete, you must be a registered student, whether undergraduate or graduate, at the university they represent. Lecturers, university staff, and alumni may participate in a mentorship or advisory capacity. So if you are an alumni, you do not sign up to compete as a student. You can help in the form of being a mentor or advisor that way. And teams cannot collaborate or share information with each other. So if you are in team A, you cannot share any information with team B. You must compete independently and communicate with only your team members. All solutions must use machine learning, but teams are permitted and encouraged to use exploratory data analysis in building their solutions. All solutions must use public available open source packages only. So if you have a package that you had to pay for in order to build a solution, please do not use it in this competition as it is not allowed. You may use only open source packages. Solutions must use only the allowed and available data sets. So you are allowed to use only the data set that will be made available. Do not use any other data set in addition. Participants caught cheating or breaking any competition rules will be immediately disqualified from the competition. Universities caught cheating or allowing teams to cheat will be immediately disqualified from the competition. The winning code must be submitted to Zindi for review and validation immediately at the close of the competition. In the interest of logistics, code review will take place only after the competition has closed and winners have been announced. So just to highlight something on the last point, suppose that some dubious means was used to come up with a solution to submit, and that made a team or an individual the winner. If after review something is detected, probably cheating was detected or a bad approach was used in the code, then I guess Paul may like to say something about that. Paul, kindly, what happens after code review?
Hi, John.
When
Hi. So basically, just to clarify that, thanks for the question. Just to clarify, when you make a submission to Zindi during the course of a hackathon or a competition, you don't submit your code. You only submit the score or a test file, and we run that against our scoring system, what we would consider the right answers. So then when we get to the end of a competition, we need to make sure by doing a code review process, we need to make sure of the winners. So at the end of the day today, we'll announce the winners based on their scores, but then there's a process of reviewing the code to make sure there was no external data used, none of these rules were broken, and that people weren't sharing code, that kind of thing. So it's just a process that we have to go through so that we know we can then use the code and give it to the client, give it to Espresso. So yeah, that's a little bit, and that will generally happen in the week after the hackathon. So look, it's unlikely in a hackathon that anything's going to change, but we just have to confirm everything.
Yeah, Paul, go ahead. Okay, you're done. Okay, thank you very much.
John, I think you muted yourself.
Okay, yeah, sorry for that. So now I would quickly talk about how to get help once you have signed up and you are competing. Um, when you come to the platform and you've already joined, there's this part, discussions, okay? And when you come here, usually people have already asked some questions about maybe how to get the data, how to make a submission file, or probably there's a starter notebook, a notebook you can use to make an initial. So you come to this section and try to go through what is already there. If you don't find, however, there's this start discussion button. You could
Sorry,
click
John.
on.
Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt, John. Your screen isn't sharing.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me share my screen. So I'm sorry for that. Okay, so I'm going back. Now, when you join the competition, this is what you see by default. So you come to discussions, and then, as I was saying, here you usually have people asking questions, and they all appear here. So when you come, try your best to go through what has already been asked. If you don't find something relating to the problem you are facing, you could start a discussion by clicking on the start discussion button, and then put a title, for instance, how to submit, how to create a submission file, and then you put that here, and then what the details of the problem. Maybe you could now state in detail, hi everyone, I'm not able to make a submission, something of that sort. And then you post it, and people would usually comment on it very quickly to ensure that you get going. And okay, so quickly, Paul, the password would be released at 9, right?
Yes, that's correct. Once you've done going through the starter notebook, we can actually share the password here, but it will also be shared on the discussion forum and in the WhatsApp group for university reps.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
I think you're muted again, John.
Hi, sorry for that. So, Paul, I was actually looking for the data part. Okay, so that's also under discussions. When you come here and you look at Google Drive data, clicking on it, there's a link to a Google Drive document file, a zip file that contains the data. Well, this folder is password protected. Okay, so it is this password that we'll be providing once we are done with this intro and are about to start the competition. But kindly go to this link, download the data, and be ready so that once the password is provided, you could unzip it and start the competition. So as you are already aware, this in this competition, it's going to be about predicting churn. Okay, so, and as Paul already mentioned, the data set was given to us by Expresso, a telco in Senegal. So Expresso is an African telecommunications company that provides customers with airtime and mobile data bundles. So the objective of this challenge is to develop a machine learning model to predict the likelihood of each Expresso customer churning. And by churning, we mean becoming inactive and not making any transactions for 90 days. So that's it about the objective. So it's about creating a machine learning model to predict the likelihood.
To join our YouTube channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button.
aighana, like, subscribe, and share.